Strip it all away until you see the unfiltered me.
Okay. So,
Hi, Amira.
hi, Raven.
Hi,
Welcome
guys.
back. We have it's always an interesting episode we have for you all, but
When do we ever fail you all? When?
never, ever.
Exactly.
And
Exactly.
you know, we're coming in hot today.
Coming in hot.
We're gonna be talking about some conspiracy theories. Harvard music, the kind of extraterrestrial music. Let's go.
All I can think about right now is dun dun dun.
Yeah, that could work. That could work. I couldn't choose. Like, I love conspiracy theories, right? I go off. I love anything like pertaining to with that. Anything mysterious, anything thriller, anything horror, anything
You're
true
losing me.
crime. I like everything deep and dark. Yeah. Except my soul. My soul is not deep and dark, but who knows?
Balance.
Balance. Yeah. So yeah, we're gonna be talking about conspiracy theories today, and we're gonna start off hot and sweaty.
Coming in hot.
Now, before I put my point across, right? I don't want to offend anyone, and if you take an offense, then maybe this podcast isn't for you.
Yeah.
To be very honest,
Yeah. What we
like,
like, boy?
I respect everybody and everybody's religion.
And beliefs and stuff.
Correct.
Yeah, preface.
And-
Trigger warning.
Yeah. Like, I don't shame anyone. I think everybody should have something that they believe in.
Yeah. It helps.
But personally, for me, religion isn't it.
Yeah.
For me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So one of the things on my list, I guess you could call it,
Yeah. Conspiracy list.
a conspiracy list. Religion was made to control people, drive fear into people. Because, tell me how. So I grew up, again, I think I mentioned this in my last episode, grew up in a conservative family. I grew up in an Islamic family, right? And all my life, since birth, ever since I know myself, it was just, you go to mosque, you don't ever question anything.
Yeah.
And you see that not questioning.
Yeah, don't get me stuck.
I've always questioned things, but I learned to not voice,
voice these questions. Yeah.
like, oh, I'm questioning this. I always kept it to myself because I realized I was like confused, like, why is nobody
Talking about this, yeah. I'm like, guys, hello.
yeah, like I was so confused. And even, growing up and learning Islam, I was taught, and I think, correct me if I'm wrong, in Christianity as well, they teach you should not worship any idols.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Anything that's like man-made.
Yeah.
Anything like that. Now, isn't it contradictory because religion is man-made?
Ooh. Don't hurt them.
So it's just, that is my biggest, my number one biggest thing, I guess, because it doesn't make sense.
Yeah. And you know how they did that study that was like the gods that are, or the religions that are created in different areas, the circumstances, the god kind of matches what is happening at that time. So if they were struggling with famine, for example, they would create a god of, like, let's say the rain, or like bounty and the harvest, god of the harvest.
Yeah.
So if you are like like historic Israel, not like current day Israel, like their thing was, there was always some battle over like land and like space, regions and things. War, right? So your god would be a god who could help you fight your wars.
Right. Yeah.
Right? So you create a religion that fits the need. Right? So I see where the control comes in, but then you could also see like you're creating something that you need, and that doesn't necessarily like make it like a factual thing. Correct. Like, it doesn't, like, especially when your religion is saying, well, this is like the one true religion. What's the basis of that?
Yeah.
Everybody's saying we have the right one, but like, no, you're all created something to help you survive. And okay, cool. And it would be cool if you could just say, all right, this is my thing.
Yeah.
This is just me.
And there's nothing wrong with that, but
yeah,
it's just like I grew up with that too, constantly hearing Islam is the one true religion and Allah is the one true God. And I'm like, I always found that problematic, even when I was like, when I used to like believe in Islam.
Yeah.
Because it showed that, well, you have no respect. It showed like you can't have no respect for other people.
others, yeah.
And again, like, even though I am against it, not to say like I'm against it totally, just for me personally, but again, you have to respect everybody.
Yeah.
And you could just come across in a better way. And like one of my next points is I feel like, not that I shouldn't say I understand, but I don't use the word understand anyway. I feel like I understand. Religion was created as well because people need fear. Sometimes people need fear to be like, okay, we have a moral compass, right?
Yeah.
And
Not everybody
we know
has.
what is right and what is wrong. But the thing is, right and wrong is not black and white.
Yeah.
It's not black and white at all. And people need structure, otherwise everything would collapse. Society would collapse. And without structure, people, say example, people don't have that fear in them, that fear of God or
keeps
whatever.
them from,
It will make them do horrible things.
Yeah, there are
So,
people like that.
The thing is, not to say that it's right, but it could kind of understand it in
It's just a function. It's still doing
correct.
what it was made to do, which is to
Correct.
control people.
Yeah.
So it's working,
but
it's also causing problems.
it is causing a lot of problems.
Especially when religion drives hate.
Yeah.
Because it's like that same fear in you that makes you like, oh yeah, I can't kill this person because God, wouldn't like that. That same, as strict as that is, the hate is also as strict. God don't like that. God, like, so I hate you because I know God don't like that. Like, yikes, brother. That's crazy. That's so, and it's actually interesting when people die, for example, like somebody is killed and they're gay or something, right? And people are like, yeah, fire burn, like, it good. God don't like them thing. God also doesn't like murder. So how could you could condone murder,
Yeah.
but you can't condone homosexuality because God don't like that? Like,
Make it make sense.
pick a struggle.
The thing is, people, just like you'd have literature, any piece of literature,
Yeah.
right? One piece of literature could be interpreted in 10, 20 different
ways, yeah.
ways. So it's just the Bible and the Quran and the Gita and whatever other
just-
religious books. It's
yeah.
the same thing. And then people use that, like you
As like,
said, as
bro.
a form of hate and try to like...
And it's crazy because even within the Bible, you have contradicting things, right?
Yeah.
I couldn't even talk about Christianity because that's like what I know.
Yeah.
And it's just, there are different writers who believe in different things.
Correct.
So I know Paul, for example, he was on, I think he's the one that mostly had an issue with homosexuality. And anyway, contradictions exist. And if you're saying the Bible is true, well, it can't be, it's either the Bible is not inherently true or, God did not like inspire that completely. Because both of those things can't be the same. It can't be that God completely inspired the Bible and the Bible is 100% true.
That's true, because like, okay, talking on a part of like Islam, right?
Yeah.
So from what I remember is that Prophet Muhammad, he got like these visions or whatever, like from God, and that's how he was able to like write
Right.
the Quran or whatever, right? But I'm like, in this day and age, right? If this random person
Just
came
pop
up to you and say, I got these visions from God, don't you think that person is crazy?
And like, honestly, it depends on the person, eh? Because sometimes I just be inspired. And people are like, yeah, I had this. It depends on the person, for real. Sometimes even if like a mad person, quote unquote, like comes up to me and like give a message or something, depending on how I feel that day, and I'd be like, you know what, I feel inspired by you. You inspire me. You know what, I needed that. Thank you. But it's not to say I take it with a grain of salt,
Correct.
as we should.
Correct.
You need to have like such a good relationship with yourself and your intuition and like your inner compass that you could say, okay, I'm able to receive this message, but I could also like pick sense from nonsense kind of thing. And that's what we have to do with this literature
Yeah.
that is before us. Like you can't just take just because they say God inspired it or it's the word of God or whatever, you will just take it. Who said it was the word of God? Who decided that?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Some things, again, I'll bring up the Quran. Some things just don't make sense to me, and I
Yeah,
don't
it
understand
doesn't.
how God ever makes sense, and we want to follow something like that because
Yeah.
why is it okay to marry your cousin?
Or a child.
Why is it like why can't men wear gold? Like that's the thing, like men can't wear like
Interesting.
that is not, how is that like
A moral.
how is that shouldn't even be a thing. Some things just don't make sense. Why is it okay for a man to have multiple wives? Okay, even though he treating every single one equally, that's not the point. Why is that okay? Like it just, why
Yeah.
is it when a woman has a period, right? They say that she's unclean and she cannot enter a mosque. That's the
Yeah.
thing. Like
And you know, it's like a lot of these things got twisted too, because I know that back in the day, like periods were considered this like sacred time, and like women, like our cycles, like linked with the moon and all that shit.
yeah.
So it's like when you're on your period, your intuition is heightened. You're shedding like all these things.
Yeah.
So it's like women used to go away and just like commune with each other. They might be the ones like getting messages, recording things, what like in tune with the spirit, that kind of
Yeah.
thing. So I know for those reasons they used to kind of like isolate, quote unquote, but it was never a unclean thing.
Yes.
So at some point, like it became twisted, and that's why I can't stand with religion, especially without the questioning. Like you just see something saying like, okay, yeah, we have this belief, women are unclean. Nobody is saying, why do we believe that? Where did that come from? Let's look into the roots of this and see if this actually. No, you're just treating people anyhow because, well, that's just how it is, and this is the belief, and this is just how we had to do it. Don't question it, because that means you have no faith in God.
Correct. I agree. Come
Pack it
on.
up, pack it up. On that note, my first conspiracy theory, I want to talk about hell. Right? Relax, everybody, because hell is not real. Like, hell is not a real. It's not a place that you go and your soul burns eternally. Like, like we mix in matters here. Because if you think about soul, right, that's not like a physical thing. Your soul can't burn for eternity. Like it can't experience those things. But hell is a state of mind, or a state of being, I should say, depending on your emotions, your energy, like just how you live your life, what you believe, the lens at which you look through life. So we've talked about like transforming your beliefs on this podcast before, right? So depending on what you believe, the thoughts that you think, that impacts how you interact with people, how you see people, how you see yourself. And you could create hell for yourself based on the beliefs that you have.
You definitely
Or
can. Yeah.
you could create heaven for yourself based on the beliefs that you have, how you think, how you act. So once again, it's all you. It's not like this being in charge, like, yeah, God is going to save me and I'm going to be in heaven, streets of gold. Once again, you're mixing matters.
Correct.
Why would we need gold in heaven if we are souls? Like, we can't do anything with that.
Yeah.
That's like an earthly thing. Like, you say, yeah, gold equals rich. Like, there is no use for those things on a spiritual plane. So, yeah, it's just you decide whether you want to experience heaven or hell, and you adjust, improvise, adapt, overcome.
Yeah, that's true, because we create our own
Actively.
reality.
Actively, we're co-creating. We're co-creators.
Correct. And you could, it's your choice, dude.
Yeah.
It's your choice. You can do whatever you want. You have free will. So you have to train yourself as well. Train yourself and train your whatever you believe in. And train your mind.
Yeah.
Because
that's
really,
it.
it's
Your
all,
mind, yeah.
Yeah, it's really
Their mind
all
is
up there.
so powerful. So powerful.
It- Really, sometimes, we talk about perspective and changing
Yeah.
that kind of awareness and all that, right? And sometimes when you really change your perspective, it changes so much things
Yeah.
in your life.
Like you literally see reality differently. You literally
do,
experience reality differently.
It's an amazing thing. You should try it sometime.
No, like for real. For real.
Sometimes like there's certain people who's like deep into whatever religion they're in, and they're suffering. They're
Yeah.
real suffering. If it is that they're really poor and can't afford the simple basics of life,
Yeah.
right? They can't afford food or whatever. And at the end of the day, they will still come and say, well, God only I'm one of his strong, they quote,
Yeah, one of the strongest soldiers.
get the hardest
He wouldn't
fight,
give you
something like that.
more than you could bear.
Yeah.
Like, it'll be
Like-
worth it if I just push through and continue to believe in God, because
Yeah.
I will get to go to heaven after, and all this suffering will be worth it. Like,
No, dog, pick up yourself
You
and
could
go look
change
for
your
a job. Pick up yourself and why have so much to run? Why it not making sense?
please.
A lot of the times too, like I don't know if I'm staring away a little bit, but we are our own demise, and
Yeah.
we make a lot of the problems in our own lives.
We do. And it's hard to say that. I mean, I think it's painful for people to hear.
It is. It's very painful.
Definitely. And I could definitely see so when I was younger, for example, in my teenage years, like, you're experiencing depression, mental illness, whatever, and somebody telling you like, you have control over this. Like you could change some things in your life and you probably wouldn't be experiencing some of these things. And you're like, no, like it's not my fault. Like I can't change it. There's nothing I can do about it.
Yeah.
Like this is just my experience. It just is what it is. I'm trying my best. And like I genuinely was at that time with the tools that I had. But like coming out of that and being in a different place, transforming my mind, actually like loving myself and stuff. Looking back now, I could see, there's the things that I thought influenced the things that I did. I made some like messed up decisions out of like, I wasn't loving to myself as I needed to be. And that unloving behavior will manifest itself all the time. Like the people that you choose to be around, whether it's friends, partners, whatever, the behaviors that you accept, and you are choosing that. And you can't see that because somebody might say, you might be in a relationship that is abusive. And somebody might say, well, you're choosing that. And you might say, well, how would I choose this? Nobody chooses to be abused or whatever. And that's true. But what you're not seeing is that your beliefs about yourself is why you accept stuff like that.
Correct.
And I know that when you're in it, it's hard to go, it's hard to leave, and that is the most dangerous time. Like trying to leave an abusive relationship is when things get kind of crazy. So I understand all that, but it's still being able to see and accept that, I chose this.
Yeah. Acceptance is the first step.
Yeah.
So that's true.
That was a lot. That was kind of heavy, guys.
I feel like everything we do just kind of end up that.
No complaints.
No complaints here.
No complaints at all.
So we're gonna dive into the next point. No, we only have 1 hour, right? So I mean, we try to like not stay too long
On
like
one
each
thing,
one
yeah.
and like trying to discuss a variety,
But,
right?
yeah.
Who knows? We might have a part 2 of the conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
Who
that'll be
knows, yeah?
fun. That'll be fun.
So my next one is we are all in a state of zoochosis.
Yeah, I believe that.
Now, for those who don't know what zoochosis is, it's a psychological condition that affects wild animals held in captivity, right? So, example, animals at the zoo, obviously, zoochosis, right? So, if you realize, like when you go to the zoo, or if you've seen images, videos, or whatever
Yeah.
from animals at the zoo, they are doing repetitive behaviors.
Not
They're just like
depressed. It's like
exactly.
yeah. That's why
in
I
one
don't
corner.
support zoos.
Yeah. So now we are humans, but we are also, of course, animals.
Yeah.
Right? We are animals. And what do we do? Well, what do most of us do every single day? Get up,
Get up,
go to work, come back home. You see, we even in sync here.
Like
Just repetitive behaviors over and
Every day.
over and over and over. And you would realize as time goes by, like especially in today's age, people are depressed.
Yeah.
People are anxious. People have all sorts of mental illnesses.
Yeah.
Right. And part of this is probably another conspiracy. There's what I don't think. No, I need to be very careful with how I word this.
Yeah.
But I don't think that a lot of people who say they are actually depressed and all that, they aren't actually depressed. No,
It's the
this is
conditions.
correct.
Yeah.
It's the conditions that they are in, which
Yeah.
causes them to feel like that. And that
yeah,
is
it's natural.
it's natural.
yeah, obviously.
Humans weren't meant to do what we're doing right
and
now.
exist like this. Yeah.
We weren't. We are animals. We are meant to be roaming and creating. That's why so many creatives, when they create, they feel this
freedom.
sense.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's-
And that's why we do what we do when we talk about authenticity.
Yeah.
And we're like prioritizing authenticity and creativity because that is how you get free.
yeah. And like we all, I don't want to say we all because I'm sure we all get forced to work and just we don't want to.
Yeah, been
Right.
there.
And sometimes some
Just
of us
to survive. Like,
Correct. Some of us have to stick with it a lot longer because I mean we have no choice. We have to eat. I mean, we like nice things, But it is very difficult. And like for me, if I take time off work to just to create and do whatever I want to do, my mind is so much clearer.
Yeah.
And is ever since anyway, say what you're gonna say.
I was gonna say I think it's like finding that balance. So obviously we're not telling you quit your job. Like some of you need to quit your job. Like yeah. But it's also about like finding little pockets of time. I know you'd be tired and thing. But honestly, if you try to like just be intentional about having time to create or just express yourself authentically in some way, even if it's 10 minutes,
Yeah.
right? If you're a writer, you're in transit, write a little something on your phone on the way, like, I don't know. Just try to find, like when I was working in the bank, sometimes I would just, like something would come to me and I would just write on sticky notes. So it's like, just making time, like understanding that this is something important. This is something that feeds me and nourishes me. And this job is taking care of me financially, but that is not the only way that I need to be taken care of. Like I need to be nourished with creativity. So I'm going to make sure that I give myself that, even though people might say, work, focus on work. You can't do that here. Like, I don't give up. I do what I do it.
Correct. That's so true.
I'm paying for my therapist bills, $600 for our session. Like, leave me alone. I miss her. I do.
Like even now, when my mom was asking me like when I'm going to film, if I'm going anywhere Saturday. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to film 2 episodes on Saturday. And she's like, you're gonna burn yourself out. You need to get a rest or blah. And I'm like, she like a lot of older people, and I say older, not that doesn't mean like it's like
Yeah.
all older people, but I think it's that specific generation. A lot of them they don't understand that creativity and that like being in a creative space. They don't understand anything like that. Because she's like, you're not getting paid or anything. And I'm like,
Yeah, that's not
fine.
that's not the
point.
drive, yeah.
That's not the point, because even though that I don't make money out of this as yet, newsflash, we don't make any money from this. Okay,
Yet.
newsflash, yet, right? Like it fulfills me. It fulfills me so much, and even though if I'm really tired, I always have energy for this. You know what I mean? I'm always ready to do a podcast episode. Always ready to yap and give y'all content.
Yeah.
It's really fun. And yeah, it really fulfills me in that way.
Yeah. And fulfillment is multidimensional. Like money is not the only fulfilling thing.
Yeah.
But my next point ties into your Zukosis point in a way. You'll see when I talk about the systems.
Yeah.
But it's that the elites are very familiar with the occult and they actively use magic against us. So this is done through the systems that they create. So you think about patriarchy, capitalism, all these things. We're intentionally set up to siphon our energy and keep us stuck in hell or the matrix, as some people would call it. So, as we talk about the struggle is real. Yeah, you had to eat, you had to work, whatever. But somebody created that. Somebody set that up so that it is repetitive. Wake up, work, come home, sleep, tired, thing, wake up, work. They made it like that intentionally. You don't have energy to do anything else. You don't have energy to, we talk about being creators. We're co-creators. We create our reality, right? How are we supposed to put energy into creating if we're in this loop?
Yeah.
And they know that. And that's why I'm like so like adamant about, I'm tired, but I'm going to create something anyway. I'm going to create pockets of time until it like widens and widens and widens until I could do this thing more fully.
Yeah.
And that's what has happened. So like with you working, right? And you're doing this podcast. Eventually, like doing a podcast is kind of like opening a window.
Yeah.
And it's just going to widen and widen. And
Yes.
At some point, I trust that this will be able to sustain us.
I trust that as well.
Yeah. So it's like,
Yeah.
by balancing those things, because that's what you need to do at first. Balance it. Keep your job, but still commit to the pockets of creativity.
Yeah.
And more, you will just have more space to do the things you actually want to do. That is how you create the life that you want. But yeah, just to continue that point. So the struggle is real. But they designed the system to be like hard and like borderline impossible for us to escape.
Yeah.
It's also designed to pit us against each other. So competition, since you're in school, you're doing tests and like what you should be like this student. They doing their work so good. And from an early age, we learn they're my enemies. They are my competition. Everything is competition over collaboration.
And I think I know that a lot of people believe in competition or whatever, like healthy competition.
Yeah.
Competition isn't healthy in my mind and in my opinion. I think everybody could help each other out to create something without taking too much from the other person. Like we could all help each other.
Yeah.
But again, it's the way how the system is designed, like
And
very rarely you
experiences
find.
Yeah.
Well, if you're like trying to help out somebody, you withhold this or you withhold that and like gatekeep and all
you're
of
always
that.
worried about somebody taking your spot or
Correct.
what their intentions are and will helping them be worth it or are they gonna turn on me? Like we're so used to just fighting. But I think one of the key steps in like breaking out of this matrix is remembering oneness. Remembering like we're all one. We're all from the same source. Like that's what I believe. Like if you imagine like a ball of light as like our original thing and then like we all have like pieces of this light.
Yeah.
So like in that way, like we're all one, right? All from that same source of light. Right? And when we remember that, it kind of like diminishes that need to fight all the time. Because like, that's my dog.
Yeah.
That's my bedroom. That's my sister.
True.
Like
True.
all of us here in this earthly experience, just trying our best to make it, trying to remember, which is the goal, to remember that this is not what life is about. These systems that they set up for us, this is not what life is about. And we're helping each other to remember. That's what we do. That's part of, I highly believe that that's part of my mission. Like, to remind people that, hey, life is more than this. Like, this is not what you were made for. You were not meant to burn yourself out and just die without doing anything real with your life. Wake up.
Nothing is real. Nothing is real. We are in we are on a rock floating in space. If you want to take that trip with your last money, take that trip with your last
Yeah.
money.
Yeah. Live.
Live, exactly. Because listen, we here, dog. Just do what makes you happy. Do what makes you happy. Do what makes you contented. Because
Well,
too
this is not
often-
hurting anybody.
correct. Because
That's not even like a soul thing. Like when people like, if I do what make me happy, I would like hurt people or whatever. That's not you. That's your trauma speaking. Like you experience
Yeah.
pain and now you want to hurt people. That's not the real you. That's not the light.
let the light inside you shine through.
Yeah.
I don't know, like I don't know what it is with me, but I feel like, you know, people feel like they have this purpose here on earth, right?
Yeah.
And for some reason I don't know why it is that I always feel like I have this thing deep down inside me where I'm like, I am here to help other people.
Yeah.
I'm here to like give people, spread positivity, you know,
Yeah.
give people.
I know that you mentioned that, like,
yeah. And I don't
I
know,
relate
like,
to that. Because ever since I was a child too, like that was always a part of me, like that compassion.
Mm-hmm.
Like even when people were like mean to me, like, yeah, like you like mess me up. But like I always knew like there's something under there. And I think a lot of me like not speaking up for myself or like just absorbing things was me understanding there's something deeper here.
Yeah.
And just like, you know, trying not I took it personally, but I didn't tell people anything about myself. I didn't like respond and like it's like they're going through enough.
Yeah.
But obviously I'm at a place now where I understand balance and you know, it's not fair to myself to just be taking just because I could see that people are hurting.
Ooh, I feel you with that.
Yeah. It's not loving towards yourself. But the goal never changed.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how I deal with people changed. What I accept changed, but it's still love. It's still helping people. It's still compassion, you know.
Like I tell myself, it's really hard for me not to get angry at people because again, I understand why you're doing that, and I understand it's because you know it's your traumas or this or that, whatever, and it's hard for me to like. I take things personally. Like if you attack me, but I know where you coming from, I still gonna feel sad about it.
Yeah.
Right? Because I take a lot of things personal, even though it have probably like that wasn't just a lashing out because of circumstances in their life.
It still
or whatever.
hurts.
It still hurts, right? But the thing is, I keep telling myself this, like, just because you understand that person, right? They also have the capacity to learn and understand themselves to not lash out and be that type of with other people.
Yes.
And it's a hard lesson. It's something that I still trying to learn and navigate as well because dog, it's hard for me to not feel sorry for people. I guess like I don't know, I feel sorry for people too much.
Man, feel sorry, but just tell them about yourself too.
Yesterday I was trying to give a man some money and Carl was like, no. He was pulling me away. He's like, the way how he was talking, he's like, he talking like that to you to make you feel bad.
Yeah. People are telling me out there's like, you used to be getting scammed. Like, you know, people come when they sob story, whatever. Honestly, I don't even care if I get scammed, dog. Like, you wouldn't be out here scamming if, you know, you didn't have a valid reason, I guess. That's how I just think about it.
Honestly, nah. Well, nah, because some people out here, some people out here crazy. Listen, people be out here begging for a living, you know. Some people just genuinely don't want to get jobs, and it's because like I have personally encountered 1 or 2 times where I've like felt sorry for a person, and then went back to that same environment, however, see that same person again with a different story, or like, you know, and then one time
I've definitely
seen somebody pull out a whole wad, $100.
Wow.
And they still begging. Like, things just,
I don't know.
want to help people, but
because
you don't know what to
with
help.
that exactly. So that's why I guess I'm on that place too, where I'm like, I would rather help, especially if I could. If I could, I would do it.
Yeah.
Especially because I don't know who's like there's no way to actually determine like
Yeah.
who. So, and I don't want to like, the one day I'm like, nah, you might be just faking it, and that's like somebody genuinely in need. Like,
Like, I don't want to give you a $5 for you to go and buy drugs.
dog, if
Like,
honestly, like if I didn't have a place to sleep in the night and I was sleeping on the streets, I would,
Not
like,
valid,
the place
you know.
cool, like a little something to keep me warm. How you feel about that conspiracy? Unrelated, completely unrelated, about pigeons being like spies.
oh,
like, the camera
1000% agree. Pigeons,
they used to be like,
domesticated.
yeah.
The pigeons were not meant to be on the street. No, nobody has pigeons as pets. Well, I don't know. At least not in Trinidad.
Yeah, I saw somebody
think,
overseas have a pigeon.
I think I'm wrong. I need to ask my mom this again, but I think
You have a pigeon? You had a pigeon? She had a pigeon?
grandfather had pigeons as pets. Never mind. We'll come back to this next
because
week.
I don't know
and
how
I'll
far
conclude
back
with you.
that was. I know that they were domesticated, but I can't see like
Yeah,
what
it was
time
like a
period that
while
was in.
ago.
Yeah.
But I believe that.
Yeah.
Government have spies all over and watching us all over. Pigeons, inclusive of whatever else out there. I don't know, but I know
There's something, yeah.
something. Yeah. Just like our phones always.
But I don't know about our government. I feel like, you think they care
Yes.
about us enough to
Yes.
spy on us?
Yes.
Maybe other governments come
I
and spy
think-
on us.
This is not really unrelated, right? But I think now, if you're in the top 1%, don't watch this. Pretend like I didn't even say this. But I think the 1%, no matter who's in government, I think the 1% still controlling the country, regardless.
Well,
of what.
yeah.
But
I think
it's a conspiracy. It's a conspiracy.
It is alleged. I think
Yeah.
honestly, people are so like, if you think about humans and how shaky they are in general, like why would somebody like, okay, yeah, I'm a president or a prime minister or something, that doesn't make me any less human.
Correct.
I'm not any less prone to doing foolishness. Like, and now I have money and power, so obviously I'm gonna abuse that shit.
Yeah, but as I get older and I go into different spaces, and you hear stories about people, and you shouldn't believe really everything this one tell you, that one tell you, but
Yeah.
sometimes certain things come up more than once and just like keeps coming up, and sometimes we may be a small island, but we have very powerful forces. living in Trinidad.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't doubt anything. I not
Yeah,
doubt
you're right.
anything.
You're right.
Because just like, I mean, there's no conspiracy, this actually happened. The Sean Luke
Yeah.
murder, that people are still being protected from that. And I'm sure multiple people exactly know who did it, but
Yeah.
that person is definitely...
That's definitely a problem here.
And
With her, especially like
yeah, boy.
there were some stories about like the sex rings.
Yes.
And there was something with like a bunch of ministers or like a bunch of like top people involved in the sex ring,
Yeah.
and like I haven't heard anything about that since.
Yeah, because it's all under wraps.
It's all I genuinely believe that. I have like, I love people and I believe us. I believe that we have the ability to like find our way back and stuff. But at this point in time, there is so much corruption. There's so much darkness. There's so much shit going on. Like, yeah, I do think that it's all, well, governments is like a strong word. Because obviously, not everybody in government is a bad person.
correct.
Not everybody goes in for the wrong reasons, but you're gonna have people in, it's scattered. Think about how much ministries we have, right? At least one person in every ministry would be corrupt. Like, you have the corruption littered. It's
Listen.
sprinkled in.
It's terrible.
I think it's unavoidable.
I could tell you straight up, I'm not going to say exactly where it was or is or whatever, but from certain jobs I have had, jobs, I'm not disclosing anything in particular.
Yeah.
But I can tell you straight up, it's definitely real and it's everybody. It's every single person. People aren't good. There are barely any good people. Trust and believe. To find
I
out
think it's
good
a minority. Yeah, it's
and
a
again,
minority kind of
good
thing.
and bad is not just black and white.
Yeah, yeah.
It have depths to that shit, right? It is depths to it. I really don't believe in you being a just specific good or bad person.
Yeah, because
right?
everybody. So even though I talk about, yeah, we come from this light, however, it's like we are light and darkness, yin yang. Like
But when I get out,
there's levels to the shit,
Yeah.
but it's how you balance it out, right? So your darkness might be, I don't know, maybe you might lie or something, you know.
yeah,
Somebody else's darkness might be murder. Like, so it's not like,
correct.
oh yeah, you completely good, you completely bad. Like everybody has like a little dose of it, and it's just how you choose to how it manifests. Yeah, and it could get evil. It could get real evil.
Everything evil out here. It's crazy. You need protection.
No, actually, it's so bad.
Yeah.
It's genuinely so bad.
Yeah.
And like, try not to get into like rapture politics. They're like, you know, as it gets closer to Jesus is coming, like you're gonna experience these things, and the world is gonna get, like more like chaotic,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
you know, all these things. So that's the next thing with religion too, right? Like people would look at the state of the world and be like, oh, like we throw our hands up, we can't do anything about this. This is just what's supposed to happen when Jesus is coming. And they wouldn't do anything. They wouldn't fight for change. You will watch Israel bomb Palestine and they'll say, wars, the rumors of wars, this is part of it.
Don't get me
Jesus is
started.
coming.
Oh gosh.
And nobody would say, you know what, this is unacceptable. Like,
Yeah.
fight for change. Even though it's like, at a point, it's like, what we gonna really do? Try. People might say, oh, you're signing petitions, I'm not doing nothing.
It's true. You have
Do
to
something.
try.
Because all
anything.
of this is energy too, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, signing a petition, however, you are pouring energy into this is unacceptable.
Correct.
This is not something that we want.
Yeah.
And you know, it's something. Sitting on it and saying, oh well, this is just so it is. That is like giving in essentially. So it's like, oh well, these forces could reign, they could rise up, and that's just what it is. Like, no. Enough.
So I wanna do a little shift fast there before we finish into the last conspiracy. I don't know if you have anyone to talk about.
Mine is like music as a form of mind control.
Oh yeah. The specific like the hertz,
frequencies and
frequency
Frequencies.
is powerful.
yeah, people don't understand that.
So we need to get into the Gateway Project too. Oh my God. Next conspiracy part 2 for that because I really want to talk about that. But we don't have, that's probably an
We have
episode
like
by
10 minutes.
itself. No, I can't talk. The Mandela effect because that has specifically
Yeah.
me. That has happened to me like too much times. Before getting to the Mandela effect, you know what's the number one conspiracy theory in Trinidad? The Milo tank by Nestle have Milo in it. That's my conspiracy. Anyways, we moving on to the Mandela
If
effect.
somebody, not us, if anybody out there is inspired to like check, anybody
Call
has
us.
links,
Send us a
anybody
picture.
working Milo.
Anybody working Nestle, contact us.
We could even we could partner up. I'm thinking you
Sponsor.
and me, like we could partner up. Why not one Breaking Bad?
We work together like peanut butter and jelly and bread and cheese.
What a Nestle, like what Nestle does do? How we get milk and sugar? Come
Milk
on.
and sugar.
Come on, yeah, that's team. It's
Sorry.
team.
Sorry.
And team, they're like peanut butter and jelly. Who making that? Who's making that?
Me, I like that.
But who manufacturing the
Nestle.
not Nestle, they just make peanut butter?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Tell us, you make peanut butter, send us.
I do not
Anyways,
believe that is the case.
Mandela effect, right?
Yeah.
So
Nelson Mandela.
Yes. So
Is him?
Yes, the Mandela effect got its name from that.
What he do?
So the
What did he
Mandela effect.
contribute to the cause?
This is when a large group of people remember something a certain specific way.
Yeah.
But it's completely false, right? It's an entire false narrative. So the name comes from the fact that many people swear Nelson Mandela died in prison in the 1980s.
Right. I feel like they taught us that.
Right. So complete with memories of news coverage and funerals.
Yeah.
But in reality, he died in 2013. And I don't remember that. I really don't remember that. I feel like I
Okay, so that's the
don't
backstory.
remember him dying, which would make sense because I
Because
mean,
you're like 12.
well, I mean, 1980s, we weren't even
Right.
a thought yet.
Right.
Right. So, but yeah, so this Mandela effect thing. Let me ask you all a question. Let us know what if you all ever had this kind of this happen to you all, right? With what experiences you all had with the Mandela effect. Monopoly Man. Does the Monopoly Man have a monocle attached to him?
I know what yes, he's supposed to.
He doesn't.
I care about this. I like
doesn't
honestly
have
when I
a
see
monocle.
when I see stuff on the Mandela effect, I'm just like, you're playing with me, man. Like I'm not going through this with you. I'm not going through this. I know my truth. I'm not going through this. They just rebrand and I don't know.
But the thing
say
is,
something.
If you look
Speak
for
up.
images, that's the thing. When you
No,
look
they
for
wipe this
images,
man off the face of the
there's
earth.
no images of the monocle.
I have a Monopoly. I'm gonna go home and check that box because we had that from since back in the day.
It's crazy.
I'll post a picture to the
Next
Unfiltered
one, this is
page.
a popular one. Right? I bring up like popular examples. Fruit of the Loom. Right?
Right here.
There's what's the name
The
of
little-
it? The basket thing.
Yeah, like a cone.
Cornucopia.
Right.
Cornucopia.
Cornucopia.
Yeah. Cornucopia. How I mispronounce it? It's me. Wow.
I think what's his name? Tyler, the creator, has a
Yeah.
song called Cornucopia.
Really?
I don't know. I might be wrong. Cornucopia.
But the basket not there. It's not there. But to me, in my mind, it's always there.
I feel like they just
Switching
they want
realities
to.
right now. We switching realities.
Oh, we talking about alternate dimensions and thing.
That's
That's our next. That's our next story.
what I feel like. I feel
We
like
reality hopping.
I honestly think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
In that other reality, they had the monocle man.
Had to be because how the thing is, it's not like it's one person, two
It's
people.
like collective, yeah.
multiple, like real people.
Yeah.
So who really wrong? Not me.
Who
I'm
telling
not.
the truth and who lying? Somebody
Again.
always lying.
The government,
The government.
controls the media, right? And that's it right there, right? So we are being fed things.
Yeah.
that-
Lies.
We are being fed lies. So you know what? The people, we are correct. And y'all are wrong. The government, y'all are wrong. Oh, y'all are right. Don't come for me, please. I'm a good person.
I'm a good kid. He was a good boy.
He wasn't. He really wasn't. But
Let me see if I have anything else on his list. I think that
I
was
feel like
it.
we need to like not go into each conspiracy too much because
Because it's loaded. And
It's
it like
really
leading
loaded.
into like you see we reach out alternate realities from
Correct.
the Mandela effect.
yeah, because really we live in an alter. We switch realities because sometimes things be happening. Like sometimes I remember something happening in my childhood and then apparently it didn't happen.
Yeah, nah. That's gaslighting. There's be gaslighting here.
Some things be happening and we just don't remember it a specific way.
Yeah.
Or maybe I just have a forgetting problem. So
I don't believe that. I believe you.
I think I just forget real plenty. Like
Genko, I tell you about that.
true.
Oh,
I'll get some.
That's what I said the last time. But
Again,
I also think that we have the potential to switch between realities depending on the same heaven and hell thing.
Right? Yeah, yeah.
So like hell is a reality and heaven is a reality. They are different realities.
Very
And you
different.
can't like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. So it's like depending on your state, you're either in heaven or hell. And it's just like And that's why like life is like one day you could wake up and you're good, you're on top of the world, like everything going good. Next day, hell.
Or hormones. Sorry.
Not true. Not true.
No, today I woke up feeling like so good. And I woke up 5 a.m. and could not go back to sleep. And I feel really good, which is kind of weird. But we take
Where
it.
are you in your cycle? You track your cycle?
Yes.
Okay.
In the early days.
Ovulating.
No, I'm not. Not there yet. We're not there yet.
One of them things.
It's like dinner 8 or 9 or something. Something like that. We in the early days. But yeah.
To end off, since we're speaking about periods, 13 months. The original thing. 13 months and each one had, I think, 28 days. Was it 28? I can't remember. I'm not doing the maths right now, but I think it was something like
28. I think it's was it 28?
It might be
I
all
can't
of them.
remember.
I just know all the months have an even number. It was 13, and
Yeah.
that is when like the cycles, period cycles, going with the moon and stuff.
What
'Cause-
year did they change that? Was like 18
I can't
something?
remember. I think it has something to do with because the calendar we do now is the Gregorian calendar.
yeah.
Is that related to Rome somehow? I know it's one of those like superpowers. They changed something. They name it after somebody, Sir Gregory something.
Again, I read about this again, but I can't
Yeah,
remember.
like we're just taking in so much information.
Can't remember.
But yeah, so that's just, and this ties into even the religion thing too. Like this is us summing up the whole topic, right? There's a lot of information out there. There's a lot that we don't know. And so like even things that you think of as just how it is, that's just the calendar. That's
Yeah.
just who's thinking to question the months. But when you go and you actually check back, there's history behind this. Stuff was changed. So the same thing applies to all these things that we hold to be true. Religion, whatever. Like nobody's saying like abandon your religion, but
Correct.
look into it, question it. Research, like just get curious get more curious about
Yeah.
it. Don't just take what is handed to you, search.
And I always say that asking questions are a sign of intelligence. Be intelligent.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
like ask questions. And if you're afraid to ask the people in your life
Yeah.
questions, then ask us questions. We can't really answer.
But we will
ask us
try. We will try.
questions.
Because,
Yeah.
I mean, a big part of my degree is research. So I
have a
love psychology major.
Yeah.
Yeah, like research is my thing. I love how good.
When you get into it, yeah,
not intel. So, yeah, man. Feel free to ask us questions. Feel free if you want us to go down any rabbit holes, let us know.
Let us
Suggest
know.
conspiracy
Yes.
theory stuff because we do want to have a part 2. So,
Or whatever you want to see just in general.
yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I mean, we ask already, but
yeah.
we still keep asking what y'all want. Because, I mean, y'all...
Yeah, well, the viewers,
Yeah,
we want to have a balance of, we creating things that we want, but we also want to know what you want.
Yes.
Yeah.
So,
But, this is
great. I find we're all talking at the same time today, say the same thing. But yeah, this is a real good fun episode.
the amount of rambling, the amount of just passionate.
This gonna be like a 2-3 hour episode. I feel like just rambling on, but unfortunately we can't do that.
We can't do that, guys.
Maybe we'll get a Patreon if anybody wants to subscribe to our Patreon. Maybe
run it up. But yeah.
Yeah.
See y'all next week.
Bye.
Bye.